Welcome ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to take a look at the Magicka Templar healer build for the Summerset chapter. I do have a written guide on my website, link in the description below. I show a lot more possible setups, etc. there. Keep in mind this is just one possible setup. There's a lot of good combinations for healers. When we look at our stats, we have pretty good stats, a lot of max Magicka, health, Magicka recovery and resistance. We are running the Atronach Mundus Stone for increased Magicka recovery, buff food, Witch Mother's Potent Brew, or the Clockwork Citrus Filet if you have the money. It's a gold food, does a similar thing, just like a little bit better. Potions, spell power pots, they give us sorcery and major prophecy, and also a lot of max Magicka, like restore Magicka. And we can keep up those pots 100% of the time, because the potion cooldown is 45 seconds and they last for 47 seconds. In terms of race, you can choose a High Elf, Argonian or Breton. Those are the three best healing races. I prefer a High Elf, gives me 9% more Magicka recovery and 10% more max Magicka. And I can swap to a damage setup and still do very good damage because of the elemental talent. Optional, you can be Vampire if you want to, it's not necessary. Make sure, do not forget to subscribe, more videos in the future. Now in terms of sets, there is a lot of good options. So this is just one possible setup. However, I do think every healer should get the Olorim set. Now what does that do? When you cast the ground ability, you will place a circle there for 10 seconds and apply Major Courage to everyone in it for 30 seconds. Which increases their weapon and spell damage by 258. That's a lot. So how does the circle look like? This. And all you need to do is walk into it and you will get it for 30 seconds. You can walk out. It will go down a little bit. And after 10 seconds the circle goes away. You can reposition it. Go in again. Get it. And when we tested this in our raids, everybody in the raid group had a 90% plus uptime on Major Courage. So basically this set is replacing Spell Power Cure, which is about time. Spell Power Cure has a 6-player target cap, Olorim a 12-player. So only one healer actually needs to run this set. In comparison to Spell Power Cure where 2 healers had to run it. And obviously the uptime is way higher on Olorim than on Spell Power Cure. So Olorim is just a way better set than Spell Power Cure. I really recommend getting it. And this also opens another free set slot, because before you had Spell Power Cure, Mending, Spell Power Cure, Yorwolves. Now you have Olorim, Mending, then you can run maybe Sanctuary and Yorwolves, something like that, if you want to. Two-handed weapons now count as 2 bonus, so we can run 5 Olorim, 5 Sanctuary, and a full monster set. Sanctuary is a very strong set, don't underestimate this. Increases your healing received by 12% for you and up to 11 group members, so everybody in your group that's 12% increased healing received. And believe me, in the new mini trial you will get a lot of healing debuffs. You want this set. Monster set, you can either choose Night Flame or Earthgore. They're both very good healing sets. I think in the end a combination of both is nice. Like if one healer runs Night Flame and the other one Earthgore. I run infused traits on the big pieces with Tristat. And on the small pieces Divine with maximum Magicka. Jewelry, 1 spell damage, reduce Magicka cost, all arcane. Restoration staff powered with absorb magic enchant, and on the back bar a lightning staff with a charged trait and shock enchant. Why charged? It applies the concussion effect on the enemy very reliably, like at almost 90% at the time, like 85, something like that. When concussion is applied on the enemy, you get 8% more damage. while concussion is applied on the enemy. So that's very nice and important for the whole group. Once shock is applied, if you have a blockade of shock, you can proc off balanced, which will increase again damage for the group by 10% if they have the exploiter perk. Champion points. That's it about the gear setup. Once again, I list up a lot of good sets on my website. 44 Warlord, 75. Tenacity is nice. You get 14% extra heavy attack, resource return, on top of Cycle of Life, another 30%. So when you do a heavy attack with a resto, you get back a lot of resources. Let me actually just quickly showcase you. I do a heavy attack. You see, you get back so much, and it's actually pretty fast. Tenacity helps with that. Where were we? Here, yep. 10 Tumbling, 46 Shadow Ward, 75 Blessed, 73 Elfborn, 37, 15, 9, 18, and 23. I do have a 300 CP setup on my website. If you're not max CP, most important are Blessed and Elfborn in the end. Because this here increases healing done and this as well. So really make sure to focus on those two. 81, 23, 48, 49, 49. That's it. This is a basic CP setup. I do have an article about optimized red champion points for trials on my website as well, in the trials section. Passives, all class passives. You want destruction stuff, restoration stuff, light armor, heavy armor, the juggernaut to increase your health a little bit. Fighter's Guild, you want Banish the Wicked to get a little bit more ultimate regeneration sometimes. Mage's Guild, not mandatory but nice to have if you slot in a light. Tsuchik, optional if you want it. If you want to use it, go for it. Undaunted, you need this, 6% more max resources. Then your racial passives and alchemy, medicinal use, so you can keep up your potions 100% of the time. Now keep in mind, this year, actually, I don't think since this patch, or maybe in last, it doesn't really work, and so don't necessarily need one of those abilities on the front part to boost your healing. I'm actually not 100% sure anymore, but it's not that big of a difference anyway. So in terms of skills, Breath of Life is still a very strong heal. Heals you. You see, healing yourself or a wounded ally in front of you. Also heals one other injured target for 3500. This can be, like, this is still a very nice heal, especially even if your group member is behind you. You can just spam this and it will still heal him. And Combat Prayer applies Minor Berserk, increasing your group members' damage by 8%, and it also has a nice burst heal. Healing Springs, keep this up all the time, must have. Heal over time. Mutagen, you don't necessarily need this, but it's actually nice. So if you or your allies fall below 20% health, the mutagen is consumed but heals for an immediate 6k health. And removes one harmful effect. So it's kind of a small burst heal. Nice. Inner Light to boost our max Magicka. Solar Prison. The main thing about this is here it applies Major Maim, reducing their damage done by 30%. So the enemy will do 30% less damage while this is on him. Allies can activate Gravity Crush, insane amount of damage. Back bar Channeled Focus. Now this is here to keep up our Magicka Sustain. It only costs 600 Magicka, and every half second we get 120 Magicka back, so you get a lot. Blockade of Storm. Hit this on the target all the time to proc the Shock Enchantment. It also procs Elemental Drain, so it increases our sustain again, because it procs Minor Magicka still. Elemental Drain is also very important, applies Major Breach and Minor Magicka still. Then Luminous Shards. You can use this or the Energy Orbs. This here is nice. When allies activate it, they get resources back. and another and additional 2k because of this morph. Extended Ritual, one of the most important abilities, especially in the new trial. You get rooted quite a lot. This helps to free yourself, and you give your allies a Purify synergy. They can activate it and also get freed from negative effects and other stuff. So this is really, really important. It also heals. Aggressive Horn, 10% max Magicka, stamina and health. And it also applies Major Force to your group, increasing critical damage. If you want, you can use the Restoration Ultimate, stuff like that. This is just one possible setup. If you want to run a Healing Ward, go for it. It's all about like swapping out certain skills for a certain situation. If you want to run a shield, you can do that. Like if you feel uncomfortable without the shield, go for it. It's up to you. I do hope this guide was helpful. Once again, my website is a little bit more detailed, so make sure to go check it out. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.